This is for you, beautiful women out there, that find yourself looking back at your life, making decisions that you feel and know in your body, but by the energy or the influence of another person, of a man, you feel and know and you act upon a yes. Do you recognize this? Is there some situation popping up into your head now? Because I got a clearness about this today, and I really feel this is a really important topic, a really, really important thing to put into the light within ourselves in this moment and also in the world. Because it's not your fault, it's not the man's fault, it's no one's fault, but there is this really deep collective programming that you can almost say it's some kind of instinct that it became. Because for such a long time in the world that we grow up in, we were so used to as women that we didn't have a voice. And a lot of things were chosen for us. What do you think that does in our system? Like, even now, there is so much stored around this topic, and there is no one to blame. But I feel it's so important to now be aware of the fact that when are you acting upon from this old trauma or this old, and when is it really truly that you feel in your magical divine body that is always giving you signals, always giving you answers? When it's something, it's a yes or a no. And I find myself doing this a lot too, unconsciously. But in the moment, I am aware of the fact that I feel something different, but a part of me inside of me is still acting upon the opposite way. Like, what is happening? And I got a lot of clearness around this now because I was talking with another beautiful woman here, and she was describing the situation, how she ended up in this place, and then she said, there was this moment that a guy was attracted to her and wanted to have her, he was immediately like, wow, I want to be with you, the rest of my life. Like, it went super fast. She was feeling immediately, no, this is not my life. I mean, it's a beautiful place, but I don't know. So her body was like having this reaction of, no, this is not completely aligned. But then because of this man who was like, so, but I really feel this, and like putting a lot of words into how he was experiencing this and what he was offering her and what, and like kind of trying to convince her, she made the decision, or her body made the decision to, when he tried to kiss her, to answer this kiss. And she said, I was aware in that moment that when I'm gonna answer this kiss, I say yes, and then things will change. Sometimes we have the feeling, and it's a really feminine energy, the energy of change. Sometimes we have the feeling we are not allowed, if we say yes with a kiss, to then 1 moment later, oh no, I made a mistake. This first moment of feeling no, acting upon yes. What happened? What happens there? What happens there? Do you recognize this if you go back to some moments in your life that you are like, fuck yes. Why was I making this action? Because you knew, something inside of you knew this is not aligned with who you truly are. And I have a lot of these situations too, or these memories that I'm looking back into my life and I'm like, wow, and still in some moments, I find myself doing this. But it feels almost like some kind of instinct. Do you recognize that? That sometimes, a part inside is reacting or answering that's like, where does it come from? Like, it feels like this instinct, but it's actually not like, it's weird. And especially for me in my life, it's especially around intimacy around men. Like, now I grow a lot and I really did a lot of work within myself, but if I look into my life, I had intimacy with a lot of men that I was actually feeling, my body was feeling no. But something inside of me was just, you know, still answering his attempt to be physical. So I just got this deeper clarity when this sister this morning was sharing about that, and I was like feeling back into these situations within myself. I was like, wow. And then I got this message, this download, like, fuck, of course. There was so much stored because we women were suppressed for such a long time. And how long in our lives, like generations long, we didn't have a voice. We were in these situations that, of course, the men in the world, they had the voice and they knew, we were just like surrendering, and we were really weak. We were made so weak. But actually we are the powerful creatures here. You as a woman are the one who brings the magic. You remember, you can feel the magic, and when we stand into our power, we can invite the man to come into our magic, into the world. Because do you agree with me that if you look into the world, like for a long time, the magic kind of disappeared. Everything was like really up here from the mind, really logical. We have to be able to prove everything. Like, and if something is not really provable, then it's, then it's like a fairy tale. Or even children, they are told like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't exist. Fairies don't exist. This doesn't exist. But you know what? Everything that you can think of, everything that you can imagine does exist. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to imagine this. But we are so cut off from this. And this is even done on purpose to keep us humans small and trapped. And what is the best thing to do that? To start with the creation source, the women, who have the power, the magic, the expansion. Like, this is who you are. But of course, because it's generations long in this world, it was so manipulated, and we were made so small and suppressed. And really, like, if I think back, for example, my grandmother from my mom's side, I didn't know her because she died when my mom was 3 years old. But lately, I feel her presence more and more within me. I'm reconnecting with her. But when I hear my mom's story, I'm like, wow. In that generation, she got married with my grandfather. Who knows, maybe not even by choice. And he was older, and, and then you are just, it was for a woman. You have a man who can take care of you. You should be happy, and then make sure that you stay with him, that he's not kicking you out because you are powerless without him, right? This is really where we came from. And so the women are like so used to, we became so used to, okay, we have to just surrender to all the things that the man wants. And even if you didn't experience that physically in this life, your ancestor, like in your family line, many women experience this. And this is just stored, if you want it or not, in the collective feminine energy. And we are now, by bringing this back into awareness, by seeing these things, putting this into the light and making different choices, We are healing this together because there is no one to blame. You cannot blame those men because also they were programmed and they were just, doing what was, they were not aware of that either. But now together we are healing this. And we as women, we can do this and really support this into the world by bringing into awareness where in your life you did that. Feel a lot of love for yourself in that. Feel a lot of compassion for yourself. Also, come back to compassion for the man in your life. I think that's really powerful. And by being aware of that, every time there is a situation coming back to you now, make a different choice to step by step see this faster and faster and faster and make different choices. But can you imagine that for me too, in my life, when there was this man, there is this instinctual feeling coming up. Like my body is kind of so used to, he is making an attempt, so I have to kind of do this and say yes. And then I find myself kissing with someone I actually don't really feel attracted to, or even, having sex, or really letting someone inside of my body. I'm not doing that for a long time anymore, but I did that in my life. Do you recognize that? That afterwards, the man leaves. Oh. And then you were like, I don't know. Like, but you were also a little bit confused. Like, what happened? Like, you cannot really. And then, for me, I was like, okay, suppressing this, and like, okay, I'm gonna distract myself with other things. I'm not really gonna feel into that anymore. It happened. Okay, whew. But it's so important to feel back into these moments. Like, what happened? Because there is this like unhealthy instinct that's like stored in us, but we can release this now. You don't have to act upon that anymore. It's not you. It's not serving your highest purpose. But this is old. This is old shit that just became so normal in our system that without even knowing it, we are just acting upon. We are acting from that sometimes. And wow, don't do that anymore. Stop that. You are so worthy, exactly who you are, how you are, exactly with everything you feel, and even more worthy if you really allow yourself to stay so true to yourself. That even that it can feel uncomfortable, when someone wants something from you and you don't feel it. It's scary to say no and to put your boundary. I know, because we are for such a long time not used to doing that. But this is a new time and you are so supported now. And this is what we as women need to do for ourselves, for each other, but also for all the men in our lives and all our children that are growing up. To really, really teach them again and show them the right example. And start working together again with, men and women, and really, because we are together so amazingly beautiful, powerful life source. We cannot create new life on our own as a woman, and a man cannot create new life on his own. We need each other, but to be able to really come together again, we have to allow ourselves to be aware of all of this shit that was in between us for such a long time, in such a weird just just leave this now, and with love for everyone who is involved, because you as a woman have this massive capacity of compassion inside of your heart, because this is you, you know, this is you. And this massive, massive creation power to create the new world and to really step back into your true self and guide the way, lead the way. Because you know this so well. You have this awareness, but we are just so suppressed and programmed that this deep knowing that you always felt in every situation and all of your, in whole your family line. I know for sure all these women who were just acting upon this, they always felt something was not right, because your intuition is so, so powerful. And sometimes, we have this fear of admitting this to ourselves, that we feel something in a situation, because it's scary. Because what happens? What happens if you do that? We didn't learn. You didn't learn this. But you are so, so, so supported now by so many different life forms, even by each other. Lots of women are really coming back to this now. Lots of men are creating space into their life, into their inner being to support us women too. Lots of men doing their work, lots of women doing our work, but also lots of other life sources, because we are not the only one here on earth. Like, also that is something that's, how weird is that to think, how immensely big the universe is. Like, it's weird to think that this is the only planet that there is life. No, there is so much life. And you know what? All this life is here more and more. And they are here like in deeper ways than ever happened, to support us in this awakening moment, in really coming back to the balance in the world, with the masculine, with the feminine, bringing the healthy balance back. We are in the middle of this, and this is real. This is real. Trust yourself, trust this magic, trust your intuition. You know this. But there is still, like, of course, it's still visible in our world. I have these voices too. When I'm doing this video, I have all of these voices. When I'm talking about this other life, and I'm, experiencing the magic, experiencing that there are fairies coming to me in the night. Of course, when I feel, man, I was a mermaid in some lives, This is real. There are so many other planets where there are these life forms, and you had so many different lives in all these different planets, and and now we are here because you are here with this mission to help Mother Earth, to help the planet, to help all the humans in this shift. But of course, for me, I hear those voices that it's this logical, like, crazy, and it's, how can you ever think that this is real, and blah, 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 blah. I'm done with that, because my whole life as a little girl, I was living this. I was so in tune with my intuition. I was so in tune with all the magic. I mean, if you remember when you were a kid, can you remember those moments? And then, they're just like taken out of you. But fuck that. Let's please, 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 by doing this for ourselves, also the children that we bring into this world, just let them grow up with the reality. To know that this is real. And even if you are listening now and you feel yourself triggered, it's okay. I mean, this is so deep-rooted, but not for long anymore, because more and more and more proof will show itself now that we cannot deny anymore that this magic is real. We cannot deny anymore that all the fairy tales in all the books that you were reading as a child are real. They come from something. You are supported in this moment by angels, by dragons, by spirits, by reptilians, by Pleiadians, by, you know, Orions. I don't know how to call every like being, by mermaids, by everything that comes to you, by unicorns, rainbows, dwarves, giants, they're all here. And the more we're gonna, with our minds, acknowledge again within ourselves that, fuck, what if this is real? This is real. This is how we create a new world, with your mind, with being aware of your thoughts, but being aware of your actions, where you are, acting up from an old programming that's not serving you. And then to see how is your mind going, and to really be aware of that, and to see, fuck, this is not mine. You don't have to believe this and follow this anymore. It's done. It's done now. It's done. This is a new chapter. New chapter. Where we really are living from love. Who you truly are. Because even around love, like when I'm saying this, I feel this like fear of, oh no, I cannot, I hear all of these critical voices and like, yeah. Love in a fairy tale. What world do you live in? Yeah, this is the world you can choose to live in. And all the people who are not ready, that's okay. Lots of compassion for them. They have their own soul journey. They will go to another place where there is this more density to follow their lives and continue until they are ready. And it's all good. Really, no judgment for anyone. But you can choose. If you feel this calling, if you are watching this video, you are ready. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching now, until this moment. It's really time. It's really time. And this is really happening. So I invite you. To be here. Watch my videos. Connect with each other in the comments. Support each other in that. Let me know how this is resonating. Let me know what is coming up for you. Let me know what is stopping you. What is stopping you from stepping into this fully? What is stopping you? And is this really from this life that you are living now, or is this something that you are carrying and it's actually not realistic in this moment anymore? The reason why you are stopping yourself. Are you really, 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 really in life danger in this moment? And yes, some parts of the world, the women still are, but that's why you and me are in different parts of the world doing our work. You are doing this for all life, all humans in this planet. So thank you so much for being here, and know that you are not walking on your own. We are here together with so many, and the more you are aware of all of the choices you make, and make different choices from alignment with your true being, the more we start attracting each other again. Because alone it's much more difficult. Together we have everything. And also, if you feel more like having more support than these videos and the comments where we can connect with each other, let me know, because we are also having a women's coaching group where we come together with amazing sisters. I mean, I'm every time amazed when we have the live calls on Wednesday, how much this does for all the group, and this energy that we bring into the world when we combine our powers and just have the space for each other And having the space for each other in this journey is having the space for yourself too, because we are mirrors. So welcome to email me on this email address if you are interested in joining, but also if you are a man watching this and if you feel I do miss support in my life, let me know, because there are different ways I'm here to support you that I'm offering. And for me, the only way to be here where I am now is also because I finally allowed myself to do it together, because it's scary. I also had a closed heart for a long time, of course, because we were hurt so many times and in such deep levels. Of course, it's so scary to open our hearts again and to really truly let each other in and to really truly admit that we need each other. Man and woman, woman and woman, man and man, we need each other, really. But it's time, really, it's time. Come together. So feel always welcome to connect with me when you feel I'm here with all my heart, and many of us are here. And also in this YouTube channel, we are growing and growing in a bigger group that's here and creating our family. And it's funny, I was a little bit distracted because there was always a beautiful, supportive, beautiful animal being coming into the videos, because they are sharing the energy and they are here also to support us. Like, those spirits are powerful. So I'm gonna bring him into the video a little bit, and then I wish you so much love. Hey! Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. I love you. Yes, you are so important. We are doing this together. Yeah.